Hello and welcome to V Knowledge on Cinema. I'm Victor Omoayo, and today I want to talk about my 10 favorite films of 2013. But before I get into that, I want to talk about some honorable mentions that are very much worth your time. And by the way, this is what happens when you cut yourself shaving. So here we go. Ain't Them Bodies Saints, All Is Lost, The Hunt, Man of Steel. Yes, people, Man of Steel. I think critics and audiences, for some reason, have been way too harsh on this film. It's a very good Superman film, worth your time. Mud, Nebraska, an oversimplification of her beauty. Pacific Rim, Philomena, The Place Beyond the Pines, Prisoners, Rush, Saving Mr. Banks, and finally, The Wolverine, which was everything that X-Men Origins should have been in the first place. Welcome back, Logan. Two more films that I also want to mention include The Best Man Holiday, which is the sequel to the 1999 comedy The Best Man. And one of the things that I really liked about this film is that it serves as an assembly of some talented and very gorgeous actresses, such as Nia Long, Sanaa Lathan, Monica Calhoun, Melissa De Souza, and of course, the lovely Regina Hall, who is just, be still my heart, for you are a work of art. Woo! Say, girl, what you doing later? Yeah. Oh, the second film that I also want to mention too is Blanca Nieves, which is a silent black and white Spanish film which came out in 2012 but didn't see a stateside release until this past September via Blu-ray, DVD, and Netflix. And it's a dark and depressing retelling of the Snow White story. So fans of the artist or silent cinema in general should definitely check that film out. Blanca Nieves. I think I pronounced that correctly. Okay, so here are my 10 favorite films of 2013. I hope you enjoy. I'll see you on the other side. My 10th favorite film of 2013 is Dallas Buyers Club, and the Matthew McConaughey continues in a major way with this true life tale starring McConaughey as Ron Woodruff, a homophobic rodeo cowboy who was diagnosed with AIDS in the 1980s. Matthew McConaughey gives us what is unquestionably his finest performance to date, and after seeing what he is really capable of in films such as Bernie, Mud, and Killer Joe, it's just awesome that he's decided to finally put himself into gear. Jared Leto is also unrecognizable in an amazing turn as a transgendered woman who partners up with Woodruff's business while also fighting the disease herself. Expect these two to earn some well-deserved accolades this awards season. Number 9 is Fruitvale Station, a dramatized retelling of the last day of the life of Oscar Grant, a young black man who was murdered in 2009 by a police officer on the Fruitvale BART train platform in Oakland, California. Director Ryan Coogler's debut feature is a skillfully crafted and unflinching glimpse into the existence of a young man who, despite his rough history, is simply trying to live and survive like any other father, son, or boyfriend. Michael B. Jordan is an actor who is certainly one to watch, as is the supporting cast of Melanie Diaz as Oscar's girlfriend and mother to their little girl, and Octavia Spencer as Oscar's mother. Fruitvale Station is one of this year's most emotionally impactful films, and it serves as an affirmation of a young man's humanity in the face of those who choose to ignore and erase it. Number 8 is Before Midnight, and this is the third installment of Richard Linklater's Before trilogy, in which we were first introduced to the young, star-crossed lovers of Jesse and Celine in 1995's Before Sunrise, reunited with them 9 years later in 2004's Before Sunset, and another 9 years since, have now caught up with them once more at midnight. The chemistry between these two actors is stronger than ever, and the film is driven by their smartly written and bitterly realistic dialogue. And this is a bittersweet and honest affair, and should there be a fourth feature, I truly hope that it will not take another 9 years before we see Jesse and Celine again. Director Paul Greengrass is an expert in producing some pretty effective thrillers and docudramas, as evidenced in films such as The Bourne Supremacy and The Bourne Ultimatum, as well as United 93. And Captain Phillips, my number 7, is no exception. Tom Hanks leads the way as the aforementioned Captain Richard Phillips, the head of the American Maersk Alabama merchant vessel, which was hijacked by Somali pirates in 2009. The film is a perfectly paced and tension-filled narrative, which also benefits from the immediacy of Barry Ackroyd's documentary-esque cinematography. Adding to the film's sense of realism is the casting of the Somali pirates, led by first-time actor Barkhad Abdi, who successfully holds his own against screen veteran Hanks, who reliably provides a commanding performance. The last few minutes of Hanks as Captain Phillips on screen is unforgettable. Blue Jasmine, it's a brand name. Like Pepsi, it's a brand name. I stand behind it, I guarantee it. They know that, even if they don't know. My bad, y'all. I was thinking about Blue Magic and American Gangster, but in any case, my number 6 pick is Woody Allen's latest film, Blue Jasmine, starring Cate Blanchett. And here she delivers what is, in my view, the best lead performance from an actress this year. And here, Blanchett plays the aforementioned Jasmine, who's this neurotic, self-absorbed, and high-strung broad who is at the end of her rope financially. And she's visiting her sister Ginger, played by Sally Hawkins, in San Francisco. And Jasmine is trying desperately to reconnect with her while still maintaining her facade of wealthy privilege. And this film features cleverly humorous writing and noteworthy performances and appearances from everyone involved, including Bobby Cannavale, Andrew Dice Clay, and even Louis C.K. File Blue Jasmine among Woody Allen's best features. Okay, now we're getting into the top 5 territory, beginning with the third Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, and Edgar Wright collaboration, The World's End, the third film in their Three Flavors Cornetto Blood and Ice Cream trilogy. Yeah. What I like about their films is that each successive movie is better than their last. You see, I dig Shaun of the Dead quite a bit, and I like Hot Fuzz even more. And now that The World's End is here, I have to say that this film is my favorite of the three. Simon Pegg delivers a killer performance in this film, and I think that critics and even audiences are overlooking his efforts here. His character is equal parts loathsome and pathetic, as well as endearing and sympathetic. You see a guy who in his wild-eyed, haggard, and beer-soaked despair is just yearning to cling to the one thing that gives his life meaning, even when all of his friends have moved on. The World's End is hilarious, heartfelt, and just plain awesome. Check this one out, please. Number 4 is American Hustle, and the film is a synthesis of director David O. Russell's impeccable casts from his award-winning efforts The Fighter and Silver Linings Playbook, and the results are, as expected, fan-freaking-tastic. Screenwriters Eric Warren Singer and co-writer David O. Russell have created a script that's awash with mesmerizing dialogue and plenty of funny-as-hell moments brilliantly brought to life by its pitch-perfect performances. And while the film wears its Scorsese-style influence on its sleeve, and at times it seems like Jennifer Lawrence in particular is channeling her "I'm a crazy attention grabber" Tiffany role from Silver Linings, American Hustle still feels relatively fresh and succeeds as an ideal mixture of both comedy and drama. Yes indeed, Martin Scorsese's The Wolf of Wall Street, his 5th collaboration with Leonardo DiCaprio, is my number 3 film of the year, and man, what a hell of a movie it is. The film is based on the life of Jordan Belfort, a stock swindling, limousine riding, hard drinking, jet flying, hard partying, hard drug abusing, escort banging, arrogant, venal, embarrassingly self-indulgent, wheeling and dealing, woo, son of a bitch. And those are his nicest qualities, mind you. You know, I see The Wolf of Wall Street as the modern-day fever dream of DiCaprio's other high-profile role from 2013, The Great Gatsby, taken to its mortifying and materialistic extremes. DiCaprio is one of the most talented actors working today, and this film is further evidence of that. And let's not forget Jonah Hill, who matches him every step of the way. Overall, The Wolf of Wall Street, excessive, loud, great. Gravity. My second favorite film of 2013, and wow, it is a technical marvel. Emmanuel Lubezki is one of my absolute favorite cinematographers. He shot The Tree of Life, The New World, and Alfonso Cuarón's excellent dystopian tale, Children of Men. What he and the visual effects artists achieve in Gravity is nothing short of stunning. Sandra Bullock and George Clooney star as two astronauts on a routine repair mission high above Earth. Their mission suddenly becomes a harrowing fight for survival when their shuttle is bombarded with space debris and they are thrown into the infinite and isolating darkness of outer space. In this 91-minute survival tale, Murphy's Law takes precedent, and everything that could conceivably go wrong does go wrong. The tension is relentless in this film, and both leads, most especially Bullock, deliver credible turns here. With a powerful score by Stephen Price and assured direction from Cuarón, Gravity is a welcome return for the Mexican filmmaker, and this film provides plenty of, pardon the expression, gravitas. When the film arrives on Blu-ray, I will be adding it to my collection for sure. Alright, my number one film of 2013 is another survival tale of an entirely different sort, and it's a film that I've been thinking about ever since I watched it in early November, and it's director Steve McQueen's third and most powerful feature, 12 Years a Slave. This film is based on the true life accounts of one Solomon Northup, a freedman living in New York who was married, he had a wife and 2 kids, and he was a very talented violinist, well-traveled, well-mannered, and one day he hears about an opportunity to play in Washington, D.C., and when he arrives there, he's drugged, kidnapped, and then subsequently sold into slavery, in which he spends the next decade plus 2 years of his life in involuntary servitude, experiencing and witnessing horrors, both physical, psychological, moral, spiritual, that no human being should ever have to endure. You know, there's so much more I can say about this film, but if I keep going, this might as well turn into a full-blown video essay, so I leave you with this. 12 Years a Slave is an exceptional film, and a necessary one. And I for one am glad that this film has been made. And I hope that this film will perhaps inspire others to unearth more stories, more historical stories, just waiting to be discovered, not just slave narratives, but also stories from marginalized individuals that perhaps have been buried, that are just waiting to be unearthed so that we can all learn from them. And in that regard, 12 Years a Slave is a necessary film and one in which all of us need to see. Alright everyone, so there you have it, my 10 favorite films of 2013, and if you want to offer your selections from this year, please leave a comment below or send me a friendly tweet. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I'm Victor Omoayo, and you can find more video essay goodness on my V Knowledge channel.